Hey guys, MutantCowboy here, and I just wanted to make a quick video because I haven't been posting too much lately. It's probably just due to the fact that the vision has gotten rather stale. To be honest, it's just not as good, and it's just not in a good place with PvP, which is when the PvE content runs a little dry, I like to engage in the PvP content. Well, Title Update 4 did increase a little bit with the skill damage, so it was I guess enough to keep me interested for a little while. But I've actually started playing Destiny 2 again. I like the direction the developers are going. I don't really like the term, but they seem to be going towards more of the hardcore gamer, I would say. I don't mean to shit on casual gamers, but what I mean is, they're adding a lot more stuff to the actual game that requires some investment, requires some expertise, requires willingness to survive and overcome activities and stuff like that. Basically what I want from a game. The things that I consider fun. The Division kind of they tried that with the raid, but let's just face it, I find the raid utterly boring. It's dull. It doesn't offer the kind of mechanics that I would want. It's just a very lackluster, simple 4-part incursion. It's not that fun. But anyway, with the Title Update 5 PTS going, and I think it's entering the final phase here, I've seen a lot of people talking about skills being OP, and skill builds are going to ruin the game, and people are going to leave because of skill builds. And it's just like, all I can think about is, I'm a skill build. I've been shit on, and my builds have been trashed since the very start of this game. And I'm still playing PvP, and I'm not threatening to quit because, shotguns are killing me, or snipers are killing me, or ARs are killing me, or LMG hipfire is killing me, or the clutch meta, or whatever, right? I'm not quitting because of that. So to have these people say, our builds are going to be killed by skill builds, like, that shouldn't happen. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how people can just be so anti-skill build. If these people wanted to actually talk about real skill and real talent in the game, then you know what? They'd be running skill builds now. Because guess what? To run a skill build now actually requires talent and skill. Running one of these meta builds that 80 to 90% of PvPers do requires little skill. That's why they all run it. That's why they all get high KD ratios, because guess what? It doesn't require that much skill. It's easy and it's cheesy. God forbid another build comes along that disrupts that meta. But of course, it doesn't really matter with most PvP players because they don't really care. They're just kind of bandwagon, players. They're just going to go in, pick whatever's the strongest, and that's going to kind of ruin a lot of the fun for me. If you, have seen my videos, if you've seen my builds, I like to build around what can I use to counter a current meta. I like to be a skill build. So if the current meta becomes a skill build, then I'm pretty much going to be forced to run something that's not a skill build, which is terrible for me. I don't want to not run a skill build because 90% of the players are all now running cheesy OP skill builds. That's not fun for me. So I am actually working on a skill build counter, but it makes me cringe just thinking about it, because skill builds are what I've wanted in this game. And if they just become easy to use, easily accessible, no real actual thought process needs to go into building them, and it's just everything's just super Barney. Just throw on 120% damage mods and batteries, and you just have a friggin' deadly skill build that you can invest everything else into armor with. It's not fun. That's not helping diversity. That's killing it, right? We've already seen that diversity is being hurt a lot, and that's basically just because of 3 rather cheesy talents. You've got compensated, you've got spotter, and you've got on the ropes, which really require almost no investment. It's basically just saying, you can only have 3 offensive red stats, and everything else just invest into armor and put on some skill haste. And you don't even need good rolls on it. You can just put bad rolls on it and have boosted up armor, boosted up health, and have extremely tanky, high damage builds. And to be honest, if you run a spotter on the ropes compensated build, you're probably actually putting out more damage than a full offensive build. Somebody who's running all crit, all headshot, all weapon damage, and you're still probably doing more damage than they are. And then you have twice their health, which is just, it's stupid. The way that the game is set up currently is just poorly designed. So basically, long story short, like, I'm really hoping that Title Update 5 pulls this around. I don't want skills to be OP. I want them to be at a nice, acceptable limit that is not super meta. I don't want them to become the only thing that 80% of so-called PvPers play, because that's the only thing they want to run because you can just get cheap one-shots. Like, I don't want that. I want skill builds to actually require skill, talent, and investment to use. I don't like the idea of everything just becoming super easy, super Barney style, and you just need to invest bare minimum into this and this and this, and you can floor anyone, it doesn't matter. Like, that's not fun either. You should have to actually pick and invest what you want to do and how you want to do it. Having this jack of all trades build that does more damage than anyone else, has more health than anyone else, has more skill damage than 50% of the skill builds, like, it's not a good spot, right? There needs to be an actual advantage for investing fully into skill builds. There needs to be a substantial negative for investing into skill builds too. You can't just be, like, I don't want to have a rehash of the tanktician meta from the first game where everyone was just running self-heal and sticky bomb and you couldn't kill them, right? Like, that wasn't fun either. I really hope that we see a nice turnaround here with Title Update 5. Really hope to become, much more active with the Division 2 franchise. It's just, I don't want to be driven away already by the game. I know a lot of people have already made I've uninstalled videos, or I quit videos, or I'm done videos. I don't want to. I love the franchise. I love the potential of it. I love the ideas behind the game. I just wish that the developers did too. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Remember, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.